What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to give you my day one impressions of the new character, Happy Chaos. First, let's talk about the resources. Resource management is a big part of this character, and it frustrates me a lot of the time because I have no idea what I'm doing. It's going to take some time, right? But when you run out of concentration, that's the meter at the bottom, you kind of stand there and you go into a punishable state, and if you ever try to use your gun, you fumble around with it. If at any point you run out of ammo, though, let's get this back. If you run out of ammo and you still have more concentration, then the gun will just click and you'll be completely fine. So overall, concentration is definitely a more punishing thing that you should be managing, and you do get it over time. But at the same time, if you don't have your bullets, then your character is just kind of completely useless at all ranges. If you ever take a turn, you kind of just have to back off. And if you ever get a hit, you can't really convert. You just have to hope that you can continue pressure, or once again, you back off and try to build more resources. Next, I want to talk about this character's grounded buttons. Overall, they're very, very solid to accommodate for his lack of an H button. If you didn't know, the character does not have an H button at all. He has a gun instead. But yeah, his buttons are really nice, 2p and 5p. You know, kind of average, not the best, but his 2k and 5k, kind of godlike. Close slash and 2s, kind of godlike. And to compensate for not having an H normal, he has a lot of Gatling options with his command normals. He has a 6p, he has a 6s, and he has a 6k, all of which can be used from a P button, a 5k button, or a close slash. Oh, I forgot to show off far slash as well. Kind of a godlike button. Next, let's talk about the character's neutral. First thing I want to say is that this wall is godlike. I think I used it wrong the entire first day, but I kind of had an epiphany. I was playing behind the wall, and I think that this is just really, really incorrect. You should be using the invuln inside of it to make it strong. So my game plan from now on, I think, is going to be throw it on the wall. Instead of playing behind it trying to 6p if they jump over it, I'm going to be playing inside of it, working on resource and whatever, and then if they ever jump over it, I run through it. Because if you guys didn't know, the wall, I keep calling it a wall, it's actually a clone. I can run through it and then do my resource on the other side, right? So if you guys didn't know, this clone is dumb strong, so I can actually be in front of it and I'm still here to act. So let's do that one more time. I'll be way in front of it and I can punish the soul for doing that. Next, I want to talk about curse. So this immediately gives the opportunity to rush down, and all you have to do is cover yourself with a bullet when you do initially want to run in, and then from there you're doing regular pressure, and everything that you do is going to lock onto the opponent, and it's going to be dumb strong. I think curse is going to be very strong initially because people don't know how strong it is and they're going to let themselves get hit by it. But later in the game, when people are afraid of this character, right now no one's afraid of the character, by the way, because you can just mash against him and there's no reward, but later in the game there will be. I think later in the game, later in the character's life cycle, people are going to realize how strong this is, and it's going to be important that you like air people when they try to jump over it. And this isn't unblockable, they can't just block it. They do have to jump to get out of the way, and once again, this immediately means we skip neutral and we get in there and begin our pressure. Next, I want to talk about jump-ins. Just overall, his buttons are all right. JK is a godlike air button. JS is his jumping button. It's all right. You have to use another bullet to stay plus. So I actually have to do that into that. And JH, obviously non-existent. It's just his gun again. I don't see a reason for JD to exist, not yet. I'm sure there's going to be some mix eventually, but I just like, I can't figure it out why this character needed this button, because his jump is so high that you can't really use it like that unless you're doing it off an IAD, and even then I'm not sure how to convert off of it, but we'll see. Maybe later it's going to be insane, right? Next thing I want to talk about, I think this is the last thing I'll talk about for neutral, is 214S is ultra godlike. On hit, if you have meter, you do 2 and then you can shoot out your super, and then when you don't have meter, you can just shoot, reload, get concentration back. And I think a lot of this character is going to be managing the resources with how many shots you get, with like reloading. It's going to be resource management, but I think all of that is going to come from being able to zone with this efficiently. This character, unironically, I think it's harder to zone and be proficient with that than it is to just like rush people down, because once again, all you have to do to get your rush down game is get them to block a curse. But when you're playing in the defensive, you have to manage all these resources and keep them off of you. Throw walls down. Oh, I'm threatening this. Just kidding. I'm actually reloading. Oh, I'm threatening it again. Oh, just kidding. I'm concentrating. Yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm really excited for this character's game plan in the future. Next, let's quickly talk about combos. I haven't really been doing much combo stuff at all. I think it's counterintuitive to what you want to learn when you're first learning a character. Instead, I put my time to trying to figure out how to actually play the character in their neutral and their offense and whatnot. And the only combo I've been doing is pretty much this 2-3 success into that kind of thing, and then you can concentrate and then super. But other than that, I guess I've been doing like general like random things in pressure. So in pressure, a lot of the time you do 5k, 6k, and if you don't have your gun out, then you can do the conversion that you saw before. But if your gun is already out, then you have to do something like that, push them away, and then throw into curse. And those are pretty much the only two things I've been doing. Something that I saw on Twitter, I saw Sonic Fox actually post this, is this character has a really nice punish game and can easily carry it from mid-screen to the wall on any particular kind of whiff punish. So as an example, let's say it's Soul Whiff 6H, we can run in with 6S, convert with that, run in, convert into the wall, and then do whatever, right? Next, let's talk about his defense, or his lack thereof. Yeah, this character does not have any kind of reversal, no DP, and no invincible super. Apparently I can't input a super to save my life. There we go. Okay, good. This thing is not invincible, but you do get your ammo back. And yeah, a lot of this character is going to be relying on actually blocking and backdashing. He does have a very nice backdash to accommodate his really great movement. So I guess, you know, when you're holding a barrage of far slashes from Soul, you're going to need to FD, challenge at an appropriate time, or backdash at an appropriate time. And if you get a backdash off, you should be able to get a wall off most of the time if you've made the appropriate amount of space. But yeah, it's not looking good when you have to block this character. Next, let's talk about the character's offense. I already said earlier that off curse, you can just kind of play this rush down game, and your game plan for when this happens is to just frame trap, strike, throw. And I said earlier also that I don't have the best reward yet, so I haven't really been giving people the greatest incentive to not mash against me. But whenever I do get them to stop mashing, the throw is very strong. Roll seems good, but you just saw it there. If I don't have curse on, then it whiffs a lot of the time. Right there, it just whiffed, even though it looked like he was on him. But you do the same thing with curse. Oops, I didn't pull up the gun already. There you go. You pull up the curse, and it's a lot stronger. I'm not really convinced that roll is ultra strong yet. At least as it is, it's kind of reactable. But once again, with curse, it's definitely a lot better. You can justify using it more. I said this earlier as well, but I'm not convinced this JD is really useful for anything outside of like neutral, like catching someone running under you or something. But we'll see. Maybe it's good for something. Maybe getting those last second pokes out, those last second hits. Maybe it avoids 6Ps really well. Yeah, so far I don't have much to say about his pressure game besides doing regular strike throw stuff. I have seen that some people have been doing like fuzzies with like this in the corner. I haven't been doing those yet. I'm gonna figure it all out. Expect guides and all this stuff very soon. And finally, I want to talk about, is this character fun? Are they worth my money? Should I invest my time to playing them? And my answer is yes. I think this character is ultra dynamic in a game where characters are usually one note. And this is a big reason as to why I like Gold Lewis. Gold Lewis can play the game in a lot of different ways, not only between like his strike throw game, but then his like big frame traps and massive stagger games with big behemoths. And then obviously you can do like the left right stuff. People call him the Fat Milia. And I think Happy Chaos is going to play in the same way, but not only in offense, but also in the way his neutral plays. Being able to change between like rush down and being able to swap between like rush down, and then also being able to swap between zoning and managing all the meters correctly. I feel like this is going to be very rewarding in the long term. And in the short term, you can just have a good time, you know, and enjoy playing your character. But I think in the long term, this character is going to have the most dynamic playstyle in the entire game with the current set of characters. And yeah, you can't really ask for any more in a DLC character. I'm very excited to put more time into them and expect more videos on this channel. And that's all I've got. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What would you rate it? Oh, that's another channel. But seriously though, I want to know you guys' impressions of Happy Chaos. Overall, I'm thinking that I might give this character a chance long term. I might have to dual main him with Gold Lewis. And I want to know what you guys are thinking. How are you enjoying them? Are you finding them awkward to play? Are you planning on sticking with them long term? What are your favorite combos to do with them? What are your favorite, I don't know, mix-ups to do with them? I'm trying to learn more about the character, and I need your guys' help to do it. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the Discord. And speaking of which, join the Discord. You know, check me out on Twitch. Do follow my Twitter. You guys know all the stuff. But yeah, I'm curious as to what you guys think. That's all I've got. Bye-bye.